Hey, what's up? Tim Sykes here in Africa. Check out this luxury tent that I'm working from. This is my office with a view. I'm here to try to save the elephants. Stay tuned for some photos and videos. It's really heartbreaking. There's a drought, so, I came and I'm trying to help. But I want you to watch this video of my student Strati. He has come so far in just a few years. Former gym teacher, now sometimes making an annual salary of his old gym teaching class in 1 week or less. This is kind of crazy, but I want you to see how far he's come and how he's pushed himself. So watch this video, take notes, leave a comment below. Congratulate Strati on all his success. I want more people like this. He has the dedication, he has the obsession, and now he has the financial freedom, and he keeps going. It's kind of beautiful to see and very educational to learn from his successes and his mistakes. Check it out. Take notes. What's up? Tim Sykes here with Strati.
How you doing?
How's it going, man?
We're good. Life's good. How are you?
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Life is good. It's a tough year for most people, but for trading, it is insane. Tell us your story.
So I started trading about 2 years ago. I was this gym teacher actually, and I was doing trading as just a side hustle, just 2 to 4, trying to make the quick bucks or try to trade in the summer. Then COVID unfortunately happened in March, so I was forced to go home. There was not much I could do. Just took trading full time, said, why not try this? And we just went for it, and then got hit with COVID stocks right away. That whole supernova came. I had the worst habits, didn't know what I was doing, but still just making money. And I don't know, it was just from COVID stocks. Then August, September, October, things kind of slowed down. I just got pooped on, just did not do well. I learned all the bad habits that I had. They shook me in the end, started losing money, but it was kind of a good opportunity because I got to go back to the drawing board. So now November and December have been really good for me.
So how'd you find this whole niche? You know Jack, you know me, how'd you find it?
I started, the kid who Jack learned from, like the kid in the gym that you always hear about, Jack's story.
Yeah.
He actually went to school with me.
Oh, okay.
And everyone was like always kind of making fun of him about penny stocks a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, hey, like this is actually pretty cool. Like, what are you doing?
Word travels.
Yeah. And no one wanted to listen to him, and I gave him a chance, and then he stopped trading. He just got a job. He was really happy with it. He's like, just go call Jack. Like, Jack will help you out. Jack answered, and that's really it. That's history right there.
And you're learning from your bad habits. I like that you mentioned that. 2020 has been a crazy year in the world and in the markets. Just because you might make money in a hot market doesn't necessarily mean that you know everything or even anything. And a lot of people take their early gains, as lessons. We got spectators too, FYI. A lot of people take their early gains as like the wrong lessons. So like you learn. You're reinforced by your profits because you're in the right place at the right time, but you're learning bad habits that will catch up to you later on.
Yeah, dude. In April, May, June, you could just buy any COVID PR. It just went 50 to 100%. You celebrate, you tell all your friends you made money.
Yeah.
But what happens when the COVID PRs stop coming? August, September? I didn't make a dollar.
Or the COVID PRs keep coming and the stocks just don't spike like they used to.
It got too inflated. Too many people are trying to do the same thing. It just stopped working.
So this is a good lesson where, patterns work for a little bit, but then when too many people take advantage of them, they stop working. And then the opposite holds true. Actually, if you started shorting the COVID PRs, when they fail, you could profit. So that's trading, and you have to adapt. How much did you make early on?
So from March, April, May, it was literally my first month's trading. I think I made 10 grand right away.
Yeah.
Then
that was better pay than a gym teacher.
Yeah, it was pretty, definitely good. And then August, September, I probably made like 1,000, 1,500, like between the two, just make 100, lose 100, make 200, lose 200.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
And now November, December, I've got back to 20 grand for the year. So
nice.
Everything's starting to come together.
But
for sure.
The reason why I wanted you on camera is you're at the beginning of your journey, but you're studying hard. I see you post to me on like Instagram and you take like small gains.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like I want people to understand, you have to keep everything in perspective. 90% plus of traders lose. Probably more like 95, maybe 99%. So you don't just have to say, oh, I want to make $1 million. Like if you can make $5 grand, $1,000, like you make $100 on the day.
Yeah.
Keep that in perspective. That's not that bad. So you have to adapt. Don't get cocky. Understand that the markets change. What's rule number 1?
Cut losses quickly, dude.
Thank you.
You got it.
And you've learned that.
Yeah, I think my average loss is $80. My average win is like $240. So
have you had a loss where you didn't cut it?
CYDY, that panic. I got caught in that fake turn.
Yeah.
It was a $400 loss for me.
How'd that feel?
That was not fun at all.
Yeah,
My mother was in the kitchen, like right around. I was like, oh,
Were you swearing in front of her?
No,
was it ugly?
It was quiet.
Were you crying?
No, it was just quiet.
You don't cry in front of your mom.
No.
Don't cry in front of your mom.
Don't make it worse than it has to be.
No.
Just take the loss and learn from it. But I learned from it, so now I'm way more cautious with panic dip buys. Like, I just take every loss I get and just rotate it into learning something new. So that's how you have to be, I think.
No, and that's fantastic. Like, you need that loss to teach you what not to do.
Yeah.
And you're lucky that your biggest loss was only $400. My biggest loss was $500,000. Now I'm not going to do that again. How would you feel if you lost $500,000?
I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, right? But it's okay. It made me stronger. It made me into a better trader. And that's how you have to look at losses. And, you know, you have the right mindset, even though, you know, you've made 20 grand and a lot of people out there are like, who cares about someone who makes 20 grand? It's not just about how much money you make in the long run. It's what can you do along the way? Like, you're at 20 grand right now. Who knows what you're going to do in the future because you have the right mindset and because you're in this game where, frankly, the market is on fire.
Yeah, process over profits, dude. Always.
Why are you so wise already?
I don't know, Jack. I work with Jack, Kyle, dude. It helps a lot.
So, click some links below. I'm going to include some links to videos that I've done with Jack and Kyle, so you can help, you know, understand their mindset and understand their process too. That's what this is all about. It's not about making $1 million overnight. It's not about winning on every trade. It's having the right perspective and using the opportunities, you know, for you. Like, this is cool that, you know, you didn't have your normal job. You were forced to adapt. You did adapt. And then even in the markets, there's adaptations. Like, just because you became a penny stock trader, just because you had a little success in a hot market, doesn't mean that it's all going to be success.
No. And then those losses bring it out too. Like, they helped. If, say, I was winning August, September, October, I would have just learned more bad habits, and then I'd be screwed next year. Like, it always catches up. That's how I see it. Like, it's going to hit you eventually if you're not doing it the right way. Are you going to promise that you're going to be, you know, conservative? Yeah, for sure. You promise that you're going to cut losses quickly? We're good. What if when COVID ends, like, are you going to go back to gym teaching, or are you going to be a trader? We'll have to see where that goes. Hopefully just be a trader. Or you can do both. Yeah. You don't have to be like full-time. In a perfect world, I can build a system or something that works for me. That's the cool part about trading, is you can do whatever you want with it. Like, there's 1,000 ways to go about it. Like, I could just teach gym and trade 2 to 4. Mamma mia, Strati. Jack does shorting. Like, Mariana buys dips. Like, Tim does his thing. Everyone can do whatever they want. So, what's my thing? Dip buying. I like how you like gave them specific strategies, and I'm like, I do my thing. Well, you don't short anymore. That was your thing, but it's true. He's right about that. I don't like shorting. You adapt really well, so your thing could be different next year. I don't know. All right, I like that answer. You're giving good answers. This is your. I'm a teacher. This is your first interview ever. I'm shaking for sure. Right. Tell us about the story of your high school. Which, so when I was in high school, I won $1,000. It actually paid for the Mac that I use now when I trade. Nice. But it was a story slam. So in Massachusetts, every English class, when you're a senior, you have to tell a story for 1.5 minutes. It's not about what the story is, it's about how you deliver it. So I won my school, so then I was a representative for my school. Then you go compete against the representatives for every other school in the state. And we all met at a college, me and like 1,000 strangers. And I just told the best story about my girlfriend dumping me in 6th grade. Made $1,000, and then my mom was like, what just happened, dude? Why do we have $1,000? It was really cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's good. Funny story, the reason why I wanted you to tell it is I actually won my 5th grade spelling bee. Not even high school or junior high school, right? I won on Lengthily. How do you spell Lengthily? Lengthily? Yeah. Lengthly? Lengthily? Thily. He lost! No $1,000 for you. Anyways, in 5th grade, I won on that, but I lost. I lost in the junior high. I went to go compete against the junior high kids, and then I lost on Whittle. How do you spell Whittle? Not even gonna bother. Whittle. Whittle. Right? But similar story. It's kind of crazy. Funny. But I'm from Connecticut, and you know, I think that if you win a competition, if you have any success, and you're just like, I don't know, like how this happened, but like. Then you go on to future success and you adapt to different things. Like that shows that you have a little bit of talent, like you have something. Right? Build on it. Whatever you're good at, just do it. Build on it. Do you love trading? Yeah, I love trading for sure. I had to turn down like 2 jobs a few months back that could have got me back into teaching. I said, I need time with this. I'm just going to stick with it.
Really?
I might have burned a couple bridges. I don't know, but we're just going to go for it.
Cool. I'm excited to see what you do. But remember to cut losses quickly.
Yeah.
Remember, most traders lose. Remember,
yeah.
this is not easy. Remember that 2020 is very different than most trading years.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to like go
Stay
back
humble.
into the job market. Like,
Yeah.
you find what works for you, and that's what it should be for you too. Leave a comment below. Let me know how your 2020 is going. Let me know if you have a full-time job or a part-time job and you're trying to make it work. Remember, everyone is different, right?
Okay.
So like, just what's worked for Jack or Kyle or for Strati, like, it can be anybody. And you have to really optimize for yourself. So thanks again for coming on.
Thank you, bub.
Happy holidays. What's up, man?
How you been?
Good to see you. When's the last time I hung out with you?
Like when Jack hit his million? I think.
Jack crossed 1 million. Now he's over 12 million. And what was this, like 3 years ago? What were you at then?
Like 10K, 20K.
What are you at now?
Almost 300, like 270. So we're getting there.
You notice this? Sorry, I had to. So literally, you're the third person in a row where you don't say that you're up 270,000 or 300,000. You say 270 or 300.
It's around. You got to round it.
No, but you don't say 1,000.
Oh, no. It's just like a given, no?
Dude, I love it. I love it. Keep all the reactions. You guys are seeing this. I'm not making this up. Every single top trader does this.
Yeah.
Like when Tim Sykes crossed 1 million, he's like, yeah, I made 9 on the day. Like 9,000.
It's a given, yeah.
It's not a given. Most traders lose.
Yeah.
90% of traders lose.
Yeah, it's true. You're
It's
right.
a given.
In our little group, like, whoever's learning from Jack, like, we're all in that park. Like, it makes sense for us, so.
There's no losers in Jack's group.
You won't be a loser for a long time.
Hey,
you
right?
get out of it.
Who's the worst trader in Jack's group right now?
Probably Jack. He's in Japan all the time. He's busy, dude. I say him. Pissing me off.
We were just in Japan. It was amazing.
Yeah, it
you
was
should
fun.
come to Japan.
We got work to do, but yeah.
Damn! So how much are you already up in 2024?
Like 75,000? 75.
No, you said 75,000. You had it right.
75,000.
Yeah, that's good. And that's
really
just
good.
in a few months. What's
Yeah.
working best for you right now?
Probably just, obviously it's easy to say breakouts, but just multi-day runners, like when they spike and then you kind of see how they play out for a day or two and you just keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
And then if they leg up again, like that's your easy.
So you're looking for multi-month breakouts that hold near the high.
Yeah, because a lot of stocks just go up for a day and they just pitter-patter out.
Yeah.
You can see them every day. It's like 2 or 3.
Yeah, those are my kinds of plays.
But the ones that can hang on for a day or two, that maybe accumulate some shorts and stuff, those ones go double, triple.
So you like to buy on the breakout, or you like to wait and see if it can hold the breakout?
Before.
Okay.
So you kind of anticipating it a little bit, but there's like a ton of clues to see it coming.
Do you add your position if it can hold near the highs?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you add more on the secondary breakout?
No, I'm selling.
Really?
I'm gone by then.
So you just look for that initial breakout?
Because to me, well, everyone's a little different.
Yeah.
But to me, it's predictable that we're going to break out, but it's not predictable how far.
Yeah.
But that range from where you are to the breakout, that's the easy money.
You can still make money even if it's a fake out.
Yeah. Like, so even on a fake out, I make money. And if it does really work out, I make money too.
You never add.
Before.
But you never add after.
No.
Never.
No, because I think it's lazy. Like you can see it coming way before if you study.
Do you ever short sell?
No. I learned how they do it though, so you can take advantage of it.
Right? What have you learned most from Jack?
From Jack, probably how to push. So he's like he how to, when to step on the gas and when to step off. So like we just said he'll go to Japan for 2 weeks and the market's slow. And he can know not to trade. And then he can come back and say, wait a couple days and then go for it when he sees stuff he likes. So knowing when to really push it and when to chill out, it's like his biggest thing.
100%. Look, I have a lot of millionaire students, 40 millionaire students now, but no one has pushed it like Jack has.
Because he knows when to push too. So he preserves his energy a little bit and then sends it for 2 months, a month, a week, and then chills.
Yeah.
A lot of us like push it every day and you just don't have to do that.
Are you able to push?
No, I'm
randomly?
pushing every day.
Well, if you know what not to do, why do you still do it?
Because we're all degens at the end of the day. You can lie and say you're not, but everyone... Because to me, honestly, like being truthful, it's my job. So you kind of feel like you have to do something
I thought you
every
were a
day.
gym teacher.
No, it's been like 4 years.
Oh, I'm sorry, 4 years ago.
Whenever we met, like a couple, 3 years ago.
I know, that's what I thought you were a gym teacher.
No.
Not anymore. Now you're a full-time trader.
Yeah, this is it. And I bartend like 2 nights a week.
Nice.
Just for the side cash.
Yeah.
That's it.
What do the people do in gym? Are the kids just getting fat now without you?
It's weird now with COVID. Schools are a mess. The world's changed.
Yeah.
It's all online too.
Yeah.
Everyone's got like the electric books and.
What if you did online gym coaching?
No, trading, just trading.
What if you do one computer for teaching and one computer for trading?
You're not giving.
What if there's like a fatty and you're like, all right, 10 more push-ups, and then you're trading over here?
That's kind of what I did at first.
Yeah.
And then I got laid off, so I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm good. I'm not going back.
So what happens if you lose trading?
I mean, then I get to go work at the bar a little bit, and I feel fine, so it's good.
What's your biggest loss?
I lost 10,000 in a day 2 weeks ago, actually.
What'd you do?
I was up on the day, and like I have this habit where even if I'm down a little bit, I'm pretty confident that I can get back to green on the day because I got like good rules and discipline. But that day, like I've been starting to size up, so the numbers are just getting bigger. So 3 or 4 losses in a row. I looked at it, I was down 10. I was like, oh my God. And I've sized down like crazy since.
Do you think real world like expenses scare you from trading?
Yeah.
Because if you're up $10,000 in a day, you know what that means to your life.
Yeah.
Even if you should push it and maybe you could make 20 or 30,000.
Yeah. Like
What's your biggest gain?
About like 12 or 13,000 in a day.
Did you take the profits and then it dropped, or could you have held and made more?
Probably could have made a little more, but eventually they drop. So you don't know when. Just take it while it's there.
Well, I've had a few $100,000 days, and every single $100,000 day I've had could have been a $200,000 day.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
Like the biggest wins that I've had weren't because I timed it well, but because there was so much opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Your
Yeah.
biggest winners, did you nail it, or was there just a lot of opportunity, or a little of both?
It's both. I think it's a little bit of luck. Like it's fully skill and like you can see it coming, but sometimes they just go, and I don't think anyone can predict that.
Explain that for a second. What do you mean it just goes?
Sometimes a stock, like every day, like you can sell it for 10, 20%. I think most of the time they'll go up and then they'll pitter patter out. And then randomly, like once a month, they just go like 500%. And I don't know how to figure out which one that's going to be. So I just take the gain while it's
They're
there.
usually low floats and they're heavily shorted.
The heavily shorted ones, yeah.
Right? The worst
true.
of the worst companies can spike the most.
It's true.
Which is crazy. You know?
You're not kidding.
You've never shorted.
Never.
Never tempted.
Maybe, cause I use Thinkorswim, so I don't even let myself short, but once in a while they have like the easy to borrow stock. So I'll short like a $20 stock, it'll go down 10 cents. But even then I'm like fidgety and they're easy to borrow, that means a lot of people can short them too, which make them go up too, so.
But have you seen, you've seen Jack go long and go short?
Yeah, I've watched it a lot. I've seen DVDs and your DVDs and I've watched people do it, and it scares the shit out of me.
Have you seen Jack do it?
Yeah.
Big in person?
Big in person.
What's the most you've seen him make?
A couple 100,000 in a day, for sure. But I've seen him lose like a lot in a day too. So.
Yeah.
Because they'll just start halting up, and I don't know what strategy he has where I won't say gamble, but he'll guess or he sees something, and he'll guess on that halt that it's going to halt down the next time, and they just plummet. And he ends up being right. But you don't know which halt is going to be the one. Dude.
Yeah.
3 more up and you're screwed.
I don't like trading halts.
I don't
can't,
either.
It's tough to get in or out.
I'm all set.
You have to be there within seconds.
Yeah.
I'm usually trading on one laptop on weak Wi-Fi in a crazy time zone.
Yeah.
So.
That's not for me.
Do you ever want to trade and travel?
I would, yeah. Yeah.
Where do you want to travel to?
I have a lot of family in Greece, so I'm going there for like a month in July.
Zone. Yeah.
Just bought my laptop for it. I think because you can really just trade the hot times of the day and call it and be done.
That's it.
I don't want to sit there anymore.
Europe is nice because it's 3 to 5 p.m.
4 o'clock market open.
That's all you need. 3 to 5 p.m.
It's perfect.
Right? Mm-hmm. Greece is going to be good. I'm going to try to meet you there.
Come.
I think that would be cool. I think Jack and I will try to go. Are you on an island or are you on the mainland?
Mainland, but we're on the beach, so we're on the coast.
Not near Thessaloniki?
No, that's way north.
I
we're at the bottom.
I just like saying that.
Like Kalamata, like the olives. They're good. Everyone knows them.
So you're full Greek?
Yeah.
100%. Mm-hmm. What's your last name?
Saranteas.
It's kind of Greek.
Yeah, it's Greek.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's one lesson everybody should have for 2024?
2024?
Or 2025. What's one lesson that, you see a lot of people in the industry, what can people do better on?
Just focus on yourself. I have a lot of friends that make a lot of money. I have friends that aren't making as much. Do what you need to do.
How do you find what's working for you?
You have to go back test it. See what you're making money on, what you're losing on, what times of the day work for you, what don't. You have little patterns of yourself that you don't even realize you have. I lost in every trade I took at 9:30 at the market open.
So I made a 5-minute rule. I don't trade till 9:35. That might not work for you or for Jack or for, like, figure out what's working for you.
Yeah.
And then
How many 9:30 trades did you have to do until you realized, like wait
20,
a minute?
like 20 or 30, like in like a couple months, and I was like, whoa, because maybe it worked before and I got that habit.
Yeah.
You have to fix it.
I say there's two moving targets, what works for you and what's working in the market, and you need to try to get aligned.
What works the best is anything that has a lot of volume, that wasn't doing a lot of volume before. So if your trade, if you look at a daily chart and there's no volume bars on it, delete it. Just avoid it completely. Stocks that are really hot and at the right time of day, you're going to hit it. It's going to be good.
Thank you, sir.
We're good.
Keep up the good work. I'm excited to see what more you can accomplish.
Hope so.
You know, just stay humble and go to Greece.
Come.
We'll eat olives.
We'll go.
Come on, we'll go to Greece. All right, what's up? We are back now. This is what, August 2024?
Yeah. Here we
Welcome
go.
back to the show.
How you been?
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Let me put some copyright-free music in there. We're back in the Boston area, August of 2024, late August. When did I see you last? I was here in April?
April, yeah.
Roughly?
Around there.
Amazing. What have you done between April and August?
It's been a good couple months. I think I was at 300K.
You were closing in on 300K. Now what are you at?
Just hit 400 this week, yeah.
Everyone congratulate Strati. Right now or at any time in this video, you can congratulate him multiple times because we're filming this over several months. This is like the life of Strati.
It's funny.
Right? How have you gone from, like, you know, you've been trading for how many years?
I think it's 4 now. COVID, it was around COVID. When I saw you at Christmas time when Jack hit the million.
So when Jack hit $1 million, that's when you're like, okay, I should do this.
I was just starting. I think I might have made like 20 grand a couple months back. And
Yeah.
then that was when we just started. So.
And that was, what year? When was that?
December 2020.
Jack hit $1 million. Jack is now at over 13 million. Crazy. You were at 20 grand. Now you're at 400 grand.
Yeah.
So I want to show you this inspiration, but what you don't see, it's easy to talk about the money. You don't see all the hard work that Jack puts in, the hard work you put in. So just between April and now, so roughly 4 months, and you've made like 110, 120,000.
Yeah. It was tough. It's not as easy as it looks, but it
Doesn't look that easy.
I could also make it a lot easier too. I'm making a ton of mistakes. I've lost plenty of money on that run too.
But you're still up more than you've lost.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
that's the key.
Yeah.
This is what you guys have to understand. It's not like once you like learn this stuff, it's just like a free ride all the time. He's still losing. What'd you do today?
I lost. It was like my second biggest red day of my life. It was like 15,000.
You lost $15,000 today. How do you feel?
Terrible. I don't feel great. So that's
What did
good.
you do wrong today?
I got back from Greece like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Where's your tan?
I think I'm pretty tan, no?
That's weak.
And I was very fresh and like just ready to go. I missed trading and I did like 60,000 in like 4 days. And I'd never done that before. And I was pushing like heavy. And I'm as human as it is, like I just couldn't stop. Like I was pushing size and clearly there's been a shift. Like I lost 2 or 3 trades in a row. And like right there, I should have been like, relax. And then you just keep pushing. I don't know if it's chasing like a dopamine or what, but.
Well, I think like when you're on a hot streak, making $60,000 in 4 days, you're like, hot market, I'm on. Let me try to go for 100,000. Were you thinking about 100,000 on the week?
100%. When I'm in the car at night, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm so gonna do it. Like, it's just the truth. It's degenerate. I don't know if it's degenerative.
It is.
But to get that 60,000, you had to push too. So it's hard to know when to.
So, but this is what I tell people, when you're sizing up, when you're on a hot streak, you know, you let the beast out of the cage and you're like, Tim always says to trade small, Tim always says to trade safe, but screw it, I'm hot, I'm on.
Yeah.
And that's when like the beast is out and now you went a little too far, bad beast, and now you're trying to put the beast back in the cage, like whimpering.
It's a cycle.
But what you could have done, and I'll tell you this, we're not just talking about big numbers and small numbers to like, you know, make you guys jealous. There's a good lesson here. Like you said, you were up 60,000, then you had 2 or 3 bad trades and you kept pushing size. Did you think when you lost money on those 2 or 3 trades, how much were you down on the 2 or 3 trades?
1,000.
Like 5,000?
Not even.
So I know this, I've done this too, every successful trader has done this. Because you lost on those 2 or 3 trades and you're off like your high, your $60,000 high, you figure, let me keep pushing size because it just takes 1 trade to get back on track.
Especially if you're pushing size. If I hit that ask and it just perks. That's 2,000 right there. I'll get it. And then it's pop stuff. Now it's 2 o'clock. You're like, all right, it's a good time of day. Hang around. And it doesn't end. You just got to call it.
This is the interesting thing about trading. And we're filming here. Like, Strati's been here for like 45 minutes listening to me do other videos. And I'm like, you got to get back. And he's like, no, I'm out. Are you done for the day?
I'm done. Yeah. Like, I'm down to push it. I've been through this cycle 100 times, but now the numbers are just getting bigger. So I go on my run. I take my hit. It takes different amount of time for me to realize the hit, and then I start over.
But you're still up. So
Yeah.
60,000 in the past week minus 15,000?
15,
roughly?
a couple thousand a couple days before. It's like 30, 35K.
35K in what, like 10 trading days?
6 or 7.
6 trading days.
It's good.
So that's still amazing for you. But now you have valuable lessons. This is what I love about trading. You got wealthy, and now you have the lessons. So you win-win.
Yeah.
Even though the lessons suck, even though technically you're down today, you're still up overall in the past like few trading days.
Right. It's a long-term game. So like you just have to remember this the next time. But it's hard.
Well, this is like Candyland. 3 steps forward, 1 step back.
That's how it is.
Right?
It's very hard to just. It's like you're like a stock. Like if I go parabolic, you're gonna slam back. Like naturally, the people who like do it this way, they're never gonna have those big reds. So it's kind of your choice. Like I'm kind of pushing to just go for the big run. And that's what I have to deal with. Like that's my choice.
What were your plays where you made the 60 grand on?
What did I make it on? It was simple breakouts. Like I see a trade just break out on the first day, and I usually don't catch it because I wait for them to catch a bid, and then I'll go for the week open the next day. So I wait for people like to swing them, and just wait for them to stop out, and then I come in and dip by and.
So you like that dip and rip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I see what people are shorting, like Leafy a couple days
FFIE.
ago.
Yeah.
It might have even been first red day or the second day, but it wasn't breaking down. And I was like, if I was short this, I wouldn't be like happy right now. And then I started to buy, and then it flew like $1.50, something like that.
So if you picture how shorts are thinking, and this is why a third of my video lesson library is all short selling. I used to short sell a lot. I know how shorts think, and this is why I was buying FFIE. I was buying that in the 3s.
Yeah.
In the 3s. It went to 12 like 2 trading days later. I sold out too early. But I know what you're talking about on day 2, where I was too early in the 3s. I didn't sell properly. It went to the 4s and the 5s, and I was out. But the second day, when it dropped a little off the 5s, but it only dropped a little bit. And so if you're a short seller, let's say you're shorting the stock, FFIE goes up a lot, but it can come down a lot too. So let's say as a short seller, you're shorting it on day 2, where you're gonna put your stop. You're gonna put your stop at the day high. So on day 2, if a runner, a former supernova like FFIE starts going, you know that once it takes out that day high, shorts are gonna stop out. And that's gonna create more upside because breakout buyers like you are gonna punish the shorts.
Right.
And some shorts don't stop out. Some shorts are like trying to average up.
And then they hold, and they just keep going.
And then it blows through 12.
Yeah, it's like a big video game. I don't know, but sometimes they get me too. Like they've probably been laughing at me all day today. It's back and forth. So you have to figure out when you have a real good shot or when you're just wrong. And I thought I had a good shot a couple of those trades, and it worked out.
So you made a lot on FFIE. What else?
It was FFIE.
Did you do SOND?
SOND I did a little bit, nothing crazy.
BOF? ASST?
What was the big one? I just don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember.
You're
the
not in a
tickers.
good spot. I understand right now.
There's been like 20 tickers in 2
There
weeks.
have been a lot.
It's been a hot summer. Everyone says summer's slow, but it's not slow. I don't think that.
There's a good lesson here, though. As we're filming this is the last week of August 2024, not just any day. The stock market is actually closed on Monday for Labor Day. So the last week of August, write this down, remember it. Even if it's a fast summer, it's usually a slow last few days of August.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened this
Clearly.
week. I plan to be, I'm here in Boston. I was just up in Toronto at my friend Moez's birthday, crazy multi-million-dollar birthday celebration, which was awesome. I planned that, okay? I don't plan like big birthday extravaganzas. They're all drinking like fine wines. I'm drinking like bottles of Petrus. You like Petrus?
I've never heard of it.
We'll get a bottle tonight. We're gonna celebrate. We're going out to dinner in a little bit. But having fine wines, you can really kind of plan your life. And imagine now, next August, last week of August next year, let's say you go on a run in July or August, you're gonna remember this.
Right, you learn from it.
Right? And it's usual, okay? Like anytime before a big holiday, sometimes you get holiday runners, but the last week of August, it's like when it's probably like the most beautiful in the most places around the world, right? Like Mo has just jetted off to Athens. I'm jetting off to Japan tomorrow with a new millionaire student. Shout out JCP. How do you think JCP is going to handle Japan?
You were hyping it up to him in Italy, and he's been talking about. I talk to him every day. He can't wait. He's trying to get me to go back in April. I'm like, I'm not going.
You should go.
I just hate
FYI.
flying, but he's like, please, you have to go. Like, it looks amazing. He's excited.
Bringing up Italy, I invited you to Italy this summer, and you said no. Why'd you say no?
'Cause I'm not there yet. Like, I don't feel like I deserve
You're
it.
not a millionaire yet.
It has
What are
to
you at
say
right
one
now?
M.
Say the full number.
Like 403,000.
Why is it so tough for people to say the full number? Even when I said say the full number, you still can't say it.
I don't know. I guess it was assumed.
I'll tell you, it's about being humble. Like the best traders turn this into a video game. Like if you say $403,000, like that's a lot of money. If you say 403, it's like this is my game. I'm trying to grow it to 503.
Like 300, I see it as 300, 400. It's all the same. Until you're either at the beginning or you got to get to a mill. Everything in between, I don't really see it.
Is your life going to change when you get to $1 million?
Probably not. I'm not. It's just like a goal, like the 100K.
You look like you're a flashy dresser.
No, that's just not my thing. I don't know.
You're like dripping in like chains. I see the chains underneath the shirt. You're like a
It's chest
upcoming
hair.
rapper.
No.
It's chest hair. No, but I don't know if you've seen the meme like where like Jay-Z was like an upcoming rapper and he had all these gold chains
Yeah.
and he has to like deck out and he was like just had probably only a few million to his name. Now he's like borderline billionaire.
Right.
No jewelry, dressed down, like wants to like blend in.
I just don't feel like it's a lot of, like, I'm grateful, but I see there's so much money out there, and like I'm making all these mistakes like today. It could be a lot more, so I'm not like satisfied with the process of it.
100%, and that's a good point to be made. Like, even though I've made $7.7 million, it's crazy how many opportunities I've missed. Like, people look at you and they look at me like, oh, this is impossible. You've done so well. You must win 100% of the time. If you see what we're actually doing, you would see there's a freaking ocean of money out there.
There's so much money out there.
And we're collecting little bits, but there's so much more. Neither of us are happy with like what we've achieved. You always have to be pushing. Jack is over 13 million. If Jack were here right now, he wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
He's down like 100,000 this week.
He's pissed.
He's pissed. He's just bought a new house. He's like working on his house, right?
It's not like it's not about the money. Like, you just want to do the right thing. So like, I could have lost today and I did everything right. And I can laugh about that and we get dinner. But when you screw up, like, or do old mistakes that you've done before, that just gets you that pisses me off.
Because you're
so
like,
bad.
you thought that you had evolved past this. You're
Yeah,
like, this
like,
again.
I have to do this again. I've done this 100 times. If you look at my equity curve, it's just this. It can never just go. Like, I always pull back. I saw Jack on Friday, and I was coming off the 40K week, and I was like, it's coming. Like, I know it's coming. Like, I don't know how to stop it. Monday, I banged like 20K, and I'm ready by Thursday.
But Jack had a 120K week last week, and now he's down 100K. So technically he's still up, but like in his mind he's down because he's wasted it.
But it's like, that's the problem I had a year ago, but it was 1,000 and 5,000. Like, it's just the same problem, but bigger.
But it's a good problem to have when it's
guess.
bigger. You're like, I guess it still sucks.
You got to fix it though. And to get to $1 million quicker, that has to be nipped.
But you will. Look, this is why we're talking about it. This is like therapy, as useful as it is for people to watch this.
Yeah.
It's good to talk about this. This is why, like, you know.
I don't mind, because everyone goes through it. So if you're lying, you're either lying or everyone's got trading problems. So.
And we've also, seen you. Like, we're going to include this video with what we filmed in April and what we filmed actually back in New Hampshire. So people are going to see your progression. But I think it's good to show, like, when you make a few 100,000 or a few million, it's not straight. It's not like everyone wants it to be. No. But the good news is, like, if you study stock charts enough, your profit chart is like a stock chart,
it's
right?
like a stock, yeah.
Like a good stock chart doesn't just go straight up. Any stock that goes straight up comes straight down. It's a pump and dump. But a lot of the best companies, they gradually go up. Maybe they lose their footing. Maybe they spend too much on R&D, drops a little. They learn from that, and then they go back to the highs. So the best companies really resemble your profit chart.
It's the same thing, yeah. Like, you have to figure out why and just become, like, self-aware. So now I'm self-aware of it. Now can we do something about it?
Well, being self-aware and then executing on your awareness are two separate things.
Exactly.
You know your issues.
I know the
but
issues.
Now you have to put that recognition into practice.
It's hard. That's the growth.
But this is the thing. So this is what like Jack and I and him are in a text message, and Jack knew that he was coming in, and he's like, "Don't let Sykes tell you to trade small." I will say, trading small in the last week of August is just freaking common sense.
Right.
Second of all, I appreciate that you sized up to make the 60,000 in the first place. I wouldn't say just trade small, but I would say once you have those two dingers where your momentum is cracked and you just want to finish at the high, like we all want to finish the night at the high, you want to finish the week at the high, with the market close on Monday, you want to go into the holiday like I finished at the highs.
Well, like Friday was when I thought it was going to happen. So we closed green at the highs. All weekend, everyone's like, you're going to lose. Now we know you're going to lose. We know the cycle. And then I make 20K on Monday. And that's when I was like,
You break the cycle.
I was like, I got it.
And you're like, the cycle doesn't apply to me.
I was like, nope, you guys are wrong. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And then it comes back. So this is the thing, right? Like you can't cheat the system. This is the beautiful thing about trading. The stock market keeps you in check. There's money to be made for sure, right? Like
Of course.
if you executed properly, you would be a millionaire right now.
If I did it right,
But you're learning.
You learn.
You're still up $400,000.
Yeah.
You're learning, you're doing better than 99.9% of people, but now you also have the lessons. The stock market giveth and taketh. It gives you the opportunity, but if you ever get too cocky, if you ever forget your rules, it taketh.
It taketh.
Right? It taketh.
It taketh.
It tooketh from you.
It's true.
Are you going to do better next week?
I could say that, but I have to work on it.
Are you going to trade tomorrow?
I'll trade tomorrow, yeah. I'm never going to run from, like, you have to, everyone's different. I think you have to face it. So, like, you might have to sit there and not click a button, but, like, I believe in sitting at the desk and just figuring it out. Like, if I'm not at the desk, I'm going to think about it the whole weekend. Like, just go face your problems. Like, some people might take a day off. That's fine, too. It's what you need. So, it's my job to wake up tomorrow and sit down and be a man about it and do what I got to do.
No, I agree with that. I will say if you ever find yourself over trading, as I often do in America, because it's so weird. We were talking about this before. Like when I'm back in Miami, I always trade terribly. Predictably, I lost nearly 10 grand while I was in Miami this latest trip because I'm not jet lagged. I have good Wi-Fi, and I'm like, let's get to work. Let's click. And then I overtraded, I was too passive on good trades, then I was too aggressive on other trades. So I zigged when I should have zagged when I should have zigged. And frankly, I screwed up in Miami. I've made back the majority of that, but still I'm down on like this little US trip. I'm getting back to Japan where I'm gonna be trading in the middle of the night, jet lagged, trading better. That's what works for me. You have to find what works for you. And if you find yourself over trading, like you said, I wouldn't say necessarily run from it, but a good challenge is to sit at your computer or laptop, look at the stocks and not make a trade.
Right. Just watch.
And that's tough. Like if I told you like you're not allowed to trade for the next week, but you have to watch the markets, would you?
That's hard. It's hard. But it's not even
Not just
like,
a day, for a whole trading week.
It's not even being like a gambler. Like you might see your setup to just you have to miss it. Like.
But here's the trick with that challenge, right? When I say try not to trade for a week, but still watch the screens, it actually snaps you into retired trader mindset where you don't want to trade because you're like, Sykes told me not to trade for the week. But then if there's a play that you would feel so guilty about missing, you come out of retirement to trade that. And then you do it well because it's a good trade. So it's a little mindset trick where I say I'm a retired trader. I don't know if you heard my webinar with Grutani the other day. Like he finally caught up with him, and I was like, "Oh, how have you been doing?" And he's like, "I made like $1 million in 2021, $1 million in 2022," like very casually.
Casual.
And he's like, he wasn't looking to trade because he's full-time dad, and he's like, I came out of retirement for the layups.
He sees them. Yeah, he just keeps an eye. And then slams it on like a Thursday.
Because if you're not looking to trade, you will see the layups. The layups are there for all of us. The problem is, because trading is counterintuitive, right? You want to take all the big trades. You're like, I know this might not be a layup, but I see an opportunity. And you take those trades and sometimes you win. But then you might miss the layups, right?
That's how it is.
Like for me, traveling really helps me spot the layups and focus on them because I just have a busy schedule. Right? Like for me, I overtrade if I don't have a busy schedule.
Like I live at home, like I have another job, like I'm not traveling a lot, so I'm there every day. Like it's hard when you're at your desk every day. Like what am I gonna do? Just wake up and just roll out of bed and just not show up?
Well, you have the freedom. In case you don't realize it, I'll post a clip of this too, aside from the big interview. You're a former gym teacher. Gym
Yeah.
teachers make roughly 40 grand a year. Now you're doing it in a week.
Yeah.
Do you talk to the other gym teachers?
No.
Is there a gym teacher WhatsApp group?
I left that life.
You guys like, how many jumping jacks you guys do today?
No.
Do you climb the rope this morning? I don't know what gym teachers talk about.
They're starting school this week, actually.
Right?
Good for them.
So all the gym teachers, I think you should go back to your old school and see who the gym teacher is and like give him crap.
They're good people. Like my sister's a teacher. Like it's a great life, but like
Yeah, but not a teacher, a gym teacher. It's not a real teacher.
Yeah.
Can we agree on that?
they're real teachers. We could argue about it at dinner. They make the same money as the regular teachers, and
Yeah,
get
but
to
do they
it.
deserve that? I mean, you're teaching the kids to do jumping jacks and like climb a rope.
It's hard. It's
I agree, climbing a rope is hard. I can't do it. I don't have the upper
if
body
they
strength.
gave you 30 kids, like six-year-olds, and you said manage them for an hour, there's no way. It's hard. It's like a skill.
I mean, that's also babysitting.
It's not.
Is
but-
babysitting different than gym teaching?
Yeah, 100%.
Are they similar?
100%. I have a lot of love for this profession.
For babysitters.
No, gym teachers.
But you said like watch the kids.
But you're not like you have to instruct them, like to keep them in order, like teach them new things.
Show
It's
them the
100
proper jumping jacks.
180 days you have to deal with that.
Do you rotate different gym exercises to keep them entertained?
Yeah, or you play like a
So like a
game?
babysitter, rotates Netflix shows?
No,
This is very similar.
no idea what you're talking about.
Leave a comment below. Are babysitters like gym teachers
No,
and vice versa? Or are gym teachers normal teachers, the point which Strati is trying to make?
normal teachers.
I mean, that's just BS. You're saying gym teachers are the same as normal teachers.
1,000%. There's a skill to it. Like you can't just show up and do it.
There's like 7
You
people in
can
the room. Show of hands. Do you guys think gym teachers are the same as normal teachers? 1, 2, 3. Was that a wave or you just have something in your eye? We have 3 yeses. There's 3 other people. No, yes or no? Gym teachers and teachers. Was that a no? I can't see. You're behind a screen. Wait, it's a yes or a no? It's a yes. Is it unanimous? Gym teachers are teachers? This is ridiculous.
There's no way you could show up tomorrow and teach a gym class, but you could babysit a kid.
I'm not saying that I'm a gym teacher or a babysitter. I'm just saying that a teacher is not a gym teacher. Anyways, leave a comment below. Let's see what you guys think. Still, whether you're a teacher or a gym teacher or a babysitter, you're making more in 1 week than they make for like years.
And then I give it back if I'm an idiot.
You
so
give back some. You don't give back all.
Just got to be better. It's not good enough yet.
Everyone leave a comment. Tell Strati to be better and that gym teachers are not real teachers. How awesome was that? I love meeting up with him. So we added up all of these videos together just so that you can see what he's achieved in the past few years so that you can get a sense of his entire journey. It didn't happen overnight. It wasn't easy. But through bear markets, through bull markets, through sideways markets, it doesn't matter. Once you learn the strategy, you can really capitalize on any volatility that exists. And that's what Strati's doing. So I hope that you learned from this. I hope that you took notes. Watch it again. Repetition is good. Okay. This stuff doesn't just like enter our brains easily. We have to really understand the lessons behind all of my millionaire students and my upcoming millionaire students. Strati will be a millionaire soon, but he's got to keep going, and so do you. So please, again, comment below. Congratulate Strati, and let's see who's next.